guys, the Adventurous Allotmenteer here. I haven't been here on my allotment for a few weeks, or not videoing, sorry. Today I'm going to do an update on my allotment and what's growing. It's not too different from last September when I did an update, although there's a few slight differences and a few developments that are interesting. So I'm going to divide this video into three parts. Part number one is going to be in the fruit area here. Part number two is going to be looking at the ornamental plants, and part number three is going to be looking in the greenhouse. So the first one I've got today is part number one, sorry, which is the ornamental. So I'm going to take you around the ornamental plants to show you what's going on, how they've developed, what's happened here recently. So I'll start with the Chilean guava because that's something that we've covered quite a lot this year and we've had some success out of. So here you can see it, just there. It's doing well. It's still got a lot of berries on, probably still edible berries as well, but they're starting to turn now, and yeah, these berries are starting to ferment a bit, so they're becoming unsuitable. The one thing that surprised me about this is the birds haven't taken them, but that's okay because more berries for me. Basically that's finished now, that season. I won't be harvesting any more berries, so that laid to bed until next year. It's been a real success, very happy with that this year. I've still got berries in the freezer from this, so yeah, it's a good success. So the next plant I'm going to show you is this pomegranate. It hasn't done very well this year, or at least it hasn't yet done well. It's lost its leaves now, like also deciduous, so it has this funny thing there because it hasn't been that cold. We haven't had any frost or anything like that. And what tends to happen is the leaves tend to drop off, but you get the ends trying to grow back because in our climate here it doesn't go fully dormant because it doesn't get cold enough. In its native habitat it will get temperatures like down to -10, -15, but here, because we don't really get that much below zero, it never really truly goes dormant. And I'll show you what I mean now, because I've got some parts of this pomegranate that are trying to grow back despite the fact that they've lost their leaves, so I'll show you that now. So yeah, if you can see on these ends here, you can see the new growth. I mean, if we can just here, yeah, there's new growth on it everywhere. In fact here as well, there's just new growth. So what happens is the plant loses its leaves and then tries to grow back, and it's not the first time I've seen this, to be honest. This happened last year as well, but it's not that cold, so obviously, yeah, but obviously it won't grow back all of its leaves. That will only happen next year when the sun gets stronger, the light gets higher, etc. So yeah, pomegranate, I'm going to leave that till next year, see what happens. It may be that if it doesn't perform in the next few years, I'm going to have to replace it with either a different variety that is more suitable to these conditions, or a different plant altogether. We'll see. Now the next one I'm going to move down to is one that another one that I've covered a lot this year, and that is the Azores blueberry. And at the moment that's in flower because a load of people's blueberries have either died down or their leaves have gone brilliant red and they've got a really good autumnal colour, but this one hasn't because it's evergreen, of course. So it's flowering still. In fact, on some of the older flowers that I mentioned in the last video I did about this, they're now starting to form fruit, which is brilliant. I didn't expect that. I didn't know how it would react to our cool autumn, but I'll show you now how it looks, which is good. So here it is. Yeah, and you can see the flowers are still on there, but also if I point this out, you can see that there's little fruit developing just here from the old flowers. There are fruit developing, and it's not just the fruit, there's other flowers as well developing on here, so it's not stopping flowering. Even at this time of year it still wants to continue flowering, so it's not stopping, which is I didn't think it would be do that, so I'm happy. But whether the fruits will bear in this over winter is another thing entirely, but I'll keep you updated on that because that's quite interesting. The next plant that I'm going to show you is my fig, which again I told you last time that I was happy with it, even though it didn't produce, and it wasn't producing any main crop figs this year, but recently I found that I've got some figs that might be ripening, which is very interesting, and I'll show you them now. I don't know whether they'll go all the way, to be honest. I don't know whether they'll ripen all the way, or well, they are soft now, which is interesting because given the time of year, but I know they won't taste good, but I'll show you them now. It's quite interesting. So as you can see, they're not completely ripe, but they've got that reddish tinge on there as well, and they are soft to the touch actually. They've tried to be eaten by insects, but they haven't managed to quite get there. So I'll just leave these on a little bit longer, and then I'll pick them and see what they taste like, and they might not be developed 100%, but we'll see. So yeah, that's my figs, and I have got figs on here that haven't ripened, like this one that won't ripen, although it seems to be hanging on. Who knows, I think they'll fall off though in time. Next one I want to show you is my pineapple guava, which at the time I said it was a disappointment, and then I said it wasn't. It hasn't developed any further really, the fruit hasn't got much bigger, but this one is still on the plant, and I'll show you that now. Here it is. It's this one here. It's almost ready actually. It's got that sort of shininess to the skin which suggests it's ready, but I'm going to wait for this one to fall off before I do anything, so I'll wait for it to fall off. It might suggest it's ripe. I don't expect it to be great, but it's better than nothing. And I've got other figs on here, by the way, that are ripening. Not ripening, growing, but they're not going to make it. So yeah, pineapple guava there, doing well. Got one fruit that I should get this winter. When I do get it, I'll do a taste test, and I'll demonstrate what it looks like to you in another video. So so keep an eye out for that one. And then the last few now, this strawberry tree, of course, I've done a video on that many times. Last time I did a video, I showed you that it was developing flowers. Well, it's gone through the flowering phase now, and it's now developing tiny little embryonic fruits, so I'll try and show you that. So here are the flowers, very much like a lily of the valley type flowers or erica type flowers, but if you look closely, I don't know whether you'll be able to tell, but there's tiny little embryonic fruits forming. Yeah, and they should be ready next year, so really pleased with that it's actually got a move on this year, and it's got fresh new green growth as well. Looks very healthy. That's good. And the last one I want to show you at this area is the grapevine, which I didn't have a name for last time, but it's actually Queen of Esther. It's the best grapevine for this climate, and here it is, and it's still actually got green leaves, which is really surprising. It's not very big, it's got green leaves where most grapevines have now lost their leaves, so this is the best most cool tolerant variety of grape you can grow here in a cool climate like the British Isles. And so it's really it's good to see this anyway. So yeah, I'll leave this video now. That's my update on my fruit area, and I'll come back with the next video will be on an update on my ornamental plants. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this video as well. Share it with anyone who might be interested, and I'll see you for the next installment. See you.